Welcome to Growing Clawson. This is episode 2. We're very happy to be back. We're excited to continue to expand on this and continue to grow it. So continue to look out for a good opportunity to learn about Clawson businesses and surrounding areas. Today's guest is the great, the mighty Penny Luebs from, many things. Former mayor of Clawson, current Oakland County Commissioner, lady of many wonderful talents and traits, Clawson Youth Assistants. I mean, there's so many things that I could add to that. So welcome, Penny. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
It's great to be here out of the cold in Clawson. We can celebrate Clawson today.
Yes, that is what we're looking forward to. I'm excited to have you here. I've got some great questions, and we're gonna roll along. And mind you, I'll give the pre-warning. I did not tell Penny she was going to be on camera today, so she came in and goes, "Cameras." So we're here for fun today, and that's the goal, and that's going to be the continuation of the Growing Clawson podcast, and we'll go. So my first question for you, Penny, is give me a little background on you. What do you do currently? What led you to what you do currently, and why Clawson?
I love Clawson. I've lived in Clawson for 46 years now. I moved to Clawson because you could walk everywhere you needed to go. I could walk to the grocery store, the schools, the libraries. I am a social worker by trade. I have a history of home-based therapy and outpatient therapy and assessments. So social workers by nature have a heart to take care of other people. We're caretakers at heart. And I think that's a thread that goes through my being. I enjoy helping one person at a time. I have 5 adult children, 9 grandchildren, and I absolutely love fun. I love to do fun things. So I've been the Clawson Youth Assistants Chair for close to 20 years. And a piece of what Clawson Youth Assistance does is family recreation activities. So what I get to do are the activities I enjoy doing. So we go to the water park every year. We sponsor the trick-or-treat trail. We have other family recreation events that I enjoy taking families to do. And the goal of that is to provide positive family memories, build positive family, increase their family relationships.
Okay, nice. Mm-hmm. So to me, you're just overall for you it's about fun. That's the bottom line, correct?
Yes.
That is the Penny. That is the Penny Luebs line, and mm-hmm. I can attest to that because I've witnessed, over the time that we've worked together and have interacted. You are always one of my favorite people to be around, whether it's at events or holiday parties that we don't speak about. We have a lot of fun times, and I think that's something that really makes me appreciate you for being involved and being on the board and being a good sounding piece for me every once in a while. Most of the time it's me just completely, generally bitching about what's going on, but it's a good sounding board. So I definitely appreciate that, and you do a good job with that. So my next question that would lead into that is, what is your vision for Clawson, like the Clawson Youth Assistants? What do you see in a 5 to 10 year span? What do you see as almost like a legacy of what the Clawson Youth Assistant is going to be?
Our mission is to strengthen families in the community, and we do that in a variety of ways. We have a skill building aspect that many people don't know about. So we raise money throughout the year, and with our skill building money, which is a term that youth assistance has used for many, many years, is we offer financial assistance to families. So it might make a difference in a family if we can pay for a soccer registration or buy the soccer clothes or help families go to camp. We have parent education workshops. We have short-term counseling offered by a master's level therapist. We also have a jail diversion program, a juvenile jail diversion program. So that referral comes from our police department. So let's say you have a student, a child, or a group of children who vandalized something or broke into something. Instead of going through the court system, they would come through Clawson Youth Assistance. And then we supervise community service and certain requirements. And once that's completed, then they're moving on to live life in a positive, productive manner.
Okay, nice. So it sounds like with the Clawson Youth Assistance, there's a lot of opportunity for help and wellness for those families. So is there an opportunity for people in the community or surrounding communities to get involved?
Oh, of course. We have our board meetings once a month. They're presently on the first Wednesday of the month at Hunter, but they're welcome to call 248-655-4401 and talk to Heather, our secretary, for events coming up or more involvement. Okay. So we're always looking to grow our committee. Youth Assistance is tri-sponsored. So we're sponsored by the city, the school, and the county. So the county pays the salary of our caseworker. The city provides financial assistance. That's for operational in youth assistance. And the school provides in-kind services of an office space. So we're currently located at the Clawson Early Childhood Center, formerly known as Kenwood. Yep. And the school also provides financial assistance.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. That's 3 buckets that you have to work with and get to, I guess just communicate to get where you need to go.
Yes.
So I'm sure that's a struggle in itself sometimes, being able to communicate. Now, when it comes down to the funding from the county level, is that like locked in funding, or is that something that has to be applied for every year?
It's not funding from the county. We have a caseworker
that is paid by the county.
The salary of the
Gotcha.
Caseworker.
Okay, so they're as if they're a caseworker employed by the county that is a part of the Clawson Youth Assistance. Okay, that
Youth Assistance actually started in 1953 in Hazel Park, and it was so successful that each community in Oakland County wanted to have a youth assistance officer or person. So that's how we started. So now youth assistance is in every community, village, and township in Oakland County. It's unique to Oakland County. You will not find this in Macomb or Wayne County or any other county.
Yeah, wow. That's impressive. So a meager start in 1953, and that was Oak Park? Hazel Park, okay. And then that's sort of grown on. So you see that a lot where those communities saw the benefit of the start and then have continued to do that. And so youth assistance is specific to an Oakland County, or?
Correct.
Wow, okay. So it's just through Oakland County. You would think other counties would want to adopt it and bring it on. It sounds like it's something that would make sense.
It's a good preventive measure that reduces costs later on in life because people will be more sufficient, better mental health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's important. We live in a world where mental health is definitely a struggle, and being able to be provided with the correct, just the correct anything is always positive in today's world. So we have
youth recognition coming up. It's April 9th. Everyone is welcome. So we recognize our students in the community for going above and beyond.
Okay.
So it is a nice event. We have cake and punch.
Oh, there we go. We can't go wrong with some cake and punch.
Many officials acknowledging our students.
That's awesome. Well, I'll make sure to add that to my calendar.
Yes.
That I would definitely love to attend that. I think that's very important, and that's a distinction of being able to have those conversations and people understanding that people are there for you. That's always something that's important, because I've definitely seen the other side when people are not there. So I applaud you for everything that you do on that aspect.
And I'll add one more thing about youth assistance.
Yes.
We presently have a parent-child yoga workshop going on in February and March. So it's free. It's held at the library. You have to register and reserve a space at the library, but it's for parent and children ages 5 to 10 right now.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that's an opportunity for people to get involved.
Yes.
That's cool. Awesome. All right. So this next section that we have is, I guess, a little more deeper outside of the youth assistance. This is more for what do you do and who do you serve? So for this section, we'll take a little deeper dive in Penny, because the youth assistance is just scraping the surface of what you do. So I guess we'll go with the broad strokes. Penny, what do you do? Who do you serve?
I serve every person I meet. My philosophy is each person I meet has a strength, has a gift, and something to give others, and bringing that out in people is just marvelous and amazing. So as Oakland County Commissioner, the Commissioner is actually the council for Oakland County, and there are 19 commissioners. So I represent Clawson, parts of Royal Oak, and Troy. So Royal Oak, 11 mile north between Campbell and Crooks, and Troy between John R. and Crooks throughout the city. So it's a big ribbon. And then in the county, we have committees. So each department in the county is under a committee's purview. I chair the Public Health and Safety Committee, which oversees our Sheriff's Department and our Health Department, our Veterans Department, and some other departments. I'm also on the Airport Committee. Did you know there are 3 airports in Oakland County?
I did not.
So one is in Waterford, Pontiac area.
Okay.
The Oakland County Airport. We have a smaller airport here in Troy.
Yep, I know that one.
And the smallest airport is in South Lyon.
Okay. And that's the thing about Oakland County is you think of what encompasses in Oakland County. It's one of the larger counties, in the area. Yes. And you hear South Lyon and my brain automatically thinks that can't be a part of Oakland County, but it is.
Yes.
That's interesting. Yes. Okay.
Yep. I'm on the board of directors for Ageways, which used to be Area Agency on Aging. So helping older people. And as we all age, that's important. We want to age in place. So
yes.
Being in a community that allows that there's adaptability, that people have access to transportation and groceries. So
okay.
I enjoy helping the young and the old. Yeah. Middle-aged people are very busy with their lives, living their own lives.
That is very true.
Raising their children. So.
Yeah. But there are parts of society that can be considered, overlooked sometimes, and that could be the elderly, it could be the children, and it's always good to have somebody who's looking out for both. So that's something I applaud. Now, you are also a wonderful board member of the Clawson Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And you've, in your time throughout Clawson, you've had many iterations and interactions with Clawson, whether it was your time as mayor or whether it was your time serving on the board or just always willing to volunteer. So I guess tell me, this is the toot your own horn section, but not you, for me. Mm-hmm. Tell me why you love the Clawson Chamber of Commerce and why businesses who are on the fence about joining or don't know about joining, why they should join.
Well, first of all, for me, it's meeting the variety of people and the different businesses that are represented throughout the chamber. On our board, we have somebody from every different walks of life. And we have a coffee networking event once a month, or an evening event held at a different business. So it is a pleasure meeting the business owners and seeing what they do. As a business owner, the chamber is valuable to you because you have an opportunity to market your business to many people. We're very active through email and Facebook and going out to businesses. We host many activities that a business is able to sponsor, again, to get your name out there, your logo out there, your marketing material out there.
Okay. So those are the wonderful reasons. There's nothing else you want to add, like the wonderful executive director? I'm just kidding.
God.
I'm just kidding.
Now we have a full-time executive director in Alec. So we've been since you've become the full-time executive director, we've added many more businesses to the chamber. So you are out and about and the man to know, to call to say, where can I buy this? Who's got the best price for this for me? Who can do this?
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love to hear it. That's just my favorite part. No, I honestly, I appreciate you, and I always have to bring a little levity because I think that if you're not having fun, why do it? You got to have fun with it.
You wake up each day and look forward to something, and even if it's a dreary task, we can make it fun.
Yeah, we can. And I know that firsthand from Penny because I've been on the dance floor with Penny and I know that it's a blast. And I think that's what I appreciate about it. And when you said, "Oh yeah, I would be interested in doing the podcast," I jumped at the opportunity because I think that it's cool to see a different perspective outside looking in. You are You've lived your life. You've been, whether it's been a business owner, whether it's been a part of politics or city politics, county politics, you've sort of seen, a different thing for everybody. There's a different lens to be viewed through. So I thought it was a very cool opportunity to be able to sit down and interview you. So obviously Clawson Chamber is something that, this is why we do this podcast. This is a part of what we do. And it's a great way to interview and talk about what we do. So I guess leading into my next question, outside of being Miss Clawson, what led you to get back involved with the chamber? What was something that was sort of a leading force of saying, hey, yeah, I'll come on the board?
It's always about personal relationships. So a board member asked if I would join the chamber. So it is that relationship you have with somebody else. And it's like, yeah, I could do that. I have time to do that.
And it's always about the time.
Yes.
Because that's something that I know you and I have very limited of.
Yes.
That's okay. So yeah, I think that that's an important thing too, is, when you build those relationships with people, you get to see, who brings what to the table, but you also you're provided with those opportunities to go above and beyond for something.
Yes.
Be a board member, be a part of something, something we have later today. You've been on the 4th of July, committee for many years. It's something that makes Clawson special. So leading into my next question, give me a little more about your involvement and interaction with the 4th of July committee. I guess maybe give a little background on what makes the 4th of July so special in Clawson.
It is our signature event. It's a tradition in Clawson. So for years and years and years, we in Clawson start our day out with the parade. Sometimes a breakfast at the church, and then head to the park and spend the entire day in the park until the fireworks. So hearing other people from other cities say, oh, I'm going up north over the 4th of July weekend, or I'm going here, I always have a puzzled look on my face, because why would you want to do that? It's a time to be out and about. And there are many streets in Clawson who host parties and people who have backyard parties that it's always enjoyable to stop at and see.
Yeah, I think that it's a very important part of Clawson history. I mean, we host one of the longest running parades, one of the longest running festivals that we've had in this community. And I mean, we get people from across the state. You know, I've had people who have been from out of state that come and experience it, whether it's the carnival, or you go back and you do the dime toss, which still is going on per the Lions Club. Shout out Lions Club. I am a board member. It's stuff that I saw when I was a kid that reminds me of being a kid. It takes me back to coming, because I've come to the Clawson fireworks prior to living in Clawson. You know, I used to come with my mom's friend Laura, and we would, sit in the park and watch. Little did I know that it would lead me to a life in Clawson eventually. But in my 33 years in this planet, I mean, it's been a key to the area for me, and it's just cool to see how it goes generation to generation. Something that I run into a lot working with the dime toss in the Lions Club booth is people who go, yeah, I've been playing this game. This is like this past year. I had people who go, this is 4 generations who have been playing this game. This is 5 generations who have been playing this game. And it's, all the way down to the granddaughter who's there tossing the dimes, and she's like, I don't know what's going on, to the parents who come prepared with rolls of dimes or bags of dimes. And I think that it's special. So for the 4th of July, I know you head up the parade, and I know
Jake Karkarski and
heads up the parade together. Yes. So for that, give me a little breakdown on what it takes to participate in the parade.
Well, we have an application to complete to join the parade, and there's a fee to participate in the parade. All the money raised goes back either into the parade or the fireworks, really. We really strive to have bands and music and fun things. We have we hire performers from the Detroit Circus Company, from Wonderground Magic, always looking for music and bands, and that's harder than you think.
I bet.
Get together. So this year is our 250th celebration of America, and we're going to return to having an opening ceremony that the Legion and the VFW will lead before the parade begins. So I think that's a nice way to, again, honor one way to celebrate our 250th anniversary.
Okay.
So the 4th of July parade started in 1933.
Wow.
We've missed 2 years, one during World War II and one during COVID. We've had various activities at the park. We have the fair and the arts and crafts. They used to do a bingo tent for years and years. Then my neighbors would always work the ticket booth. It's a little harder in these years to get volunteers on the 4th of July to work the ticket booth.
That's fair.
But that's certainly always a need.
Yeah, and for those volunteers, where's a good place to sign up? That's
again, everybody's welcome to the 4th of July committee meeting, one which happens to be tonight at 7.
Which will definitely be way past when we put this out. But,
yes.
but
look on the Facebook page for the 4th of July committee, and that will have our dates and times. And so we have a kiddie parade, we have a concert in the park, an ice cream social.
Best part.
Yes.
Love me a good, and you'll catch me scooping Sundays at that event.
Yes.
That's my job at that event.
I used to do a big wheel race for the kids on the same day as the kiddie parade. But once again, as times change and nobody knows what a big wheel is anymore.
I think we could definitely bring that back for adults. I would participate.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Or riding a tricycle through an obstacle course.
That would be fun too. I think the idea though for that would be to get big enough ones that my knees don't snap in half. Because if I'm riding a little big wheel, my knees might shoot right out of the. I was at the gym this morning and I went down for a lunge and my knee went. Like a spine crack. And I was like, well, that might not be healthy. But yes, I'm down to bring that back. I think that would be fantastic. Big wheel race for adults and children, or we could do a children and adult one just so we don't hurt the children. Because me on a big wheel, I'd probably be very aggressive. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of involvement, and that's something that I think we should really get out there. It's important to get involved. So if you have that opportunity after you listen to this or you see it and you feel it and you're like, I need to be a part of this, make sure to check out the 4th of July Clawson Facebook page. It's our 250th for the nation. It's going to be something big. I know that's something Joe's been definitely pushing, the city manager. So I think it'll be a fun celebration. If you have any time to get involved, please make sure to get involved because I think that it's very important.
And it's a team effort. It's not only everyone who is on the 4th of July committee, it's the different groups also. Our
Correct.
VFWs, our Legions, our Boy Scouts, our Lions Club, the churches. So it's a joint effort by everyone.
Yeah, so you don't have to be on the committee. You don't have to do all of the hoops and stuff, but there are ways to participate, even if it's in a smaller way. So I think that's an important way to look at it. All right, so we're gonna move on from that to our next section. These are sort of personal rapid fire questions that don't worry, nothing groundbreaking. We're not getting Penny, extradited out of the country for anything. But this one is, what is one piece of advice that you would give your younger self just in life?
Don't work so much. I've always worked full-time and part-time, but there's more to life than that.
Okay. So there's more to life. Make sure to take the time to spend with loved ones and just live life. Have fun. That's the Penny philosophy. Have fun.
I am still the secretary of my Boy Scout troop 1627. So my last child has been out of Boy Scouts probably 10 years.
Yeah.
But I've continued on because I'm leaving my camping opportunities open.
There you go. There you go. You need to make sure that you have an availability to go camping.
Exactly.
There you go. I like that. All right. What gets you the most excited to wake up and do the work you do every day?
What gets me the most excited? I think it's the variety. I enjoy the different meetings. I don't enjoy long meetings, but I enjoy the different meetings and gathering the information and putting the puzzle pieces together. And again, it's making a decision on how can we best help others? How can we serve others?
Okay. I think that's an important distinction. Yes, I would agree with you. Long meetings, no, thank you.
Exactly.
I've been through a handful of them already this year, and I love me a good short meeting, unless you're having fun. But I think that is an important distinction is being able to have that variety to get you to wake up in the morning to say, hey, I'm not just here for one or two things. I have the flavor of life and I have fun whenever I do it.
Yes.
I think that's very important.
Helps.
And coffee helps. Yes. I know that I can get Penny at any event first thing in the morning as long as there's coffee.
Correct.
If there's no coffee, then she will probably strangle me.
Yes.
That's the fact. Okay. So tell us about a time that you almost quit. What made you keep going? And that's in any aspect.
Public service, if there's not a great foundation to move forward, then sometimes feelings get hurt when people are directly attacking you. So personal attacks are not necessary or needed. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. I know people get angry about different things or very emotional, but again, personal attacks are just certainly not a good idea.
That can be the toughest part.
Anytime.
That's fair. Mm-hmm. Okay, so outside of those difficult moments, what is that thing that sort of keeps you going? What's that Energizer Bunny moment where you're like, I'm Penny, I'm going to keep doing this no matter what?
I go back to my initial comment about being a caretaker. So it's helping others. What is my purpose? Why am I here on this earth?
Yeah.
I think we're each here to help each other, to help other people. And so that should be the goal of every day. Every day should be a kindness day. What kind thing did you do today?
Okay.
We should all be able to answer that.
That should be something that we live to and not just guess. That should be something that it's not what did I do kind today? It should be an automatic, yes, I know that there was a level of kindness in me today. Okay.
I have lots of ideas. So one idea some years ago during Random Act of Kindness Week, which happens to be this week.
Oh.
But I thought I could gather gift cards from all the businesses, give them to the police officers, and then they can just stop people and hand them out saying, thank you for your good driving. Thank you for being you. But they shut that down.
Oh, yeah.
People would be traumatized to be.
Oh, we don't want to go that route, because every time I've been pulled over in my lifetime, your heart sinks a little bit.
But if you got a gift card, then wouldn't that change?
Depends on the level of the gift card. If it was, in today's world, if it was enough to cover a meal, I would probably be happy.
They'd all be about $25.
You know what? 25's perfect. Mm-hmm. If somebody would have pulled me over though and said, "Here's a $5 gift card to Tim Hortons," that would barely get me my cup of Joe in the morning. So that one would crush me a little bit. But I like the idea. I like the sentiment.
I also like art. So around the park, wouldn't it be fun to have the crosswalks painted differently?
Oh, I'd love that.
Could either be a Bigfoot or different colors.
I love that.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that should be that. I think that should be a conversation that we have.
Yes.
That could be a chamber service.
Oh, yes.
Or we could bring it to the Lions Club, and it could be a service for the Lions.
Oh, perfect.
I'd love to see
city approval.
We would need city approval,
never had
correct?
City approval for that.
I would love
a different era.
I would love to see Clive painting giant Bigfoots. Clive Brown, Lions Club, let's go. That would be a great idea. I'd love that. That's a conversation we should have. I think that's something that lightens it up. I mean, it's been done in many cities before, where you see the different color, like down in Ferndale, you have the rainbow crosswalk, or I want to say Oak Park has one that's similar, and it's, it's fun. It shows the arts.
It's fun.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something that Clawson is striving to do, but needs to fix a couple of things to make it better, because there are a couple more hoops that you jump through for murals and stuff like that type of art. And we've had surrounding cities that do a really good job with that, like Berkeley. If you go through Berkeley, and there's like a mural on almost every other building, which is insane.
We could have a citywide open house, meaning city buildings are open, and we could clothesline art from the school students up there. So all the buildings open one day.
Yeah.
It could be just 2 hours, but you have an opportunity to go in and see each building and take pictures of the art.
Yeah, and show that off, and the kids get to showcase it.
Yes.
I like that. There's some good ideas. Penny's always got some good ideas. All right, so every once in a while, it's more than me. Every once in a while, there's one that rattles out, and then my wife goes, and then she critiques me and tells me what I could do better, and she keeps me humble. That's the most important part. So I have one final question for you, and then I might have Walter throw a question at you because we're trying to get the producer involved to show we're fun. I don't know, maybe. And I haven't heard Walter talk all episode, and that's sort of sad because I love when Walter talks. So my last question for you. And, this could be taken in any way that you want to take it. When it's all said and done, what do you want people to say about your time, whether it's with the city or your county commission or the chamber or Penny as a general? What would you want people to say about Penny?
I would like to think I'm dependable and responsible. This question kind of makes me think of what I should put on my tombstone.
Okay, well, I wasn't going for a dark twist of it. I was going for I think the original question when I was working on these questions were more tailored for a business. If it was what would your legacy, if we're talking Hooper marketing, what would the legacy of Hooper marketing be after everything's said and done? But for you, because you wear so many hats, board member, county commissioner, ex-mayor of the city of Clawson, the great city of Clawson. So you have so many different hats. I wasn't aiming for a tombstone remark, but if you take away something for it and you add it on your tombstone, I would hope that, there'd be like Alec helped with this on there. Alex said, but I would say for you, what is something that, obviously I know the fun, and I can agree with you 100% on dependable. You are always somebody when I say, hey, we have this event, you are the first person, if not first or second person to say, hey, I'll be there. Or, hey, I've got something. I won't be there for this one, but I'll be at this next one. Or hell, even like the last Clawson Connections, you had your Clawson youth assistants and you were like, I'm going to be here for 20 minutes. You grabbed a little bit of food, met a couple of people, and then you went and did your thing. So I would agree 100% dependability is very much a Penny trait. But if you want to add anything else, you don't have to add here lies Penny. And this is my all said and done tombstone quote. But I think that it's okay to be able to say, when it's said and done, the legacy of Penny Luebs is what?
Caring.
Okay.
And I want to carry that C word around a little bit longer. Clawson starts with C. I want to do something with Celebrate Clawson.
I agree.
Wouldn't that be a good
I think
motto?
so.
We are the little city with a big heart, but Celebrate Clawson, to use that in
I think that would be awesome.
Events.
I think that's something that the chamber can strive for in events. I think that's something that the city can strive for in events, because you are correct. We are the little city with the big heart. We have a connection to caring. But I think as humans, and what's nice about our small town is, we have that caring built into us.
Yes.
One of the first things that I witnessed when I bought our house in Clawson and moved in was the neighbors. I live on a street, and I'm not saying that it's not like this in other places, but I lived in many apartments throughout Metro Detroit, and I lived in many places. And when I came to Clawson, it was neighbor after neighbor after neighbor. Hey, I'm so-and-so, welcome to the neighborhood. Hey, here's some cookies, welcome to, it's something that I think that Clawsonites strive for, but I think that it would be cool to bring that into what we do as a whole, as a city.
Yes.
So caring is a very important thing. I love that. Walter, any insane questions for Penny?
I do have a question, actually.
There we go. Let's go.
So when you were not being the county commissioner, serving on the board, volunteering your time, and really just giving back to the community, what what are some of Penny's favorite hobbies and activities outside of your work and what have you?
Well, at times you could probably find me at the Legion at 15 and Crooks, or the VFW at 15 and John R., or the Eagles across the street.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Bike riding.
She did.
Enjoy bike riding.
She did lead her thing with "I like fun."
Yes.
So
yes,
I've been to the American Legion. They are an amazing member of the Clawson Chamber of Commerce. We're very proud to have them and to support them. We have an event later this year with them, but I think that's the important thing that you see with those communities. And, to tie it back a little bit, obviously, you have a son that, serves in the military, and you have those connections, and those connections can lead to that fun, the caring, the community. And I think those are very important. So outside of enjoying those, I want to follow on that for Walter. Give us a crazy hobby. Give us something that you love.
I love treasure hunting. I go camping once a month when the weather cooperates.
Do you have a camper?
I do not. So I have a tent, but at times people feel sorry for me and I go into the camper. I do have a friend who has a camper that I hang out with.
Penny has her tent, blows away in the wind and shivering all cold in that Michigan weather. Okay, so definitely an outdoors approach to life.
Yes,
that's a beautiful thing, and I know that you are a treasure hunter. Mm-hmm. I have personally sold you treasures before from estate sales that I've done.
Oh, I absolutely enjoy estate sales,
yes.
But treasure hunting. So. Started in COVID, the Johnny's Treasure Quest hunting. So I've taken my kids to west side of Michigan to go treasure hunting. So he still has treasure hunts in different counties.
Oh, okay.
So you get riddles and look for the counties. So
oh, okay. That's
in each county and look for the treasure.
Okay. So legitimate treasure hunting. It's not just
yes.
I'm going into an estate sale and finding my favorite lamp.
Correct.
Wow,
yes.
that's I did not know that was the case. I know that there was I guess maybe in Ferndale, there was that rich gentleman who passed away recently, and he left a treasure hunt for people to go find his treasures, and then it became a nightmare for the city because people were digging up on city property, and it became a little bit of a thing on social media. And my wife was like, I can figure this out. And I'm like, it's been out for 48 hours. If there's something there, it's gone already. You're late to the game. So this is more of not a crazy old person or crazy old rich person who dies. This is a legitimate treasure hunt.
Correct.
That you guys do. Okay.
So when you go treasure hunting, I'm sorry, like what kind of treasure are you like trying to find?
Well, now, initially when he started, it could be a box of jewelry, jewels, silver coins. So now it's an axe. So you find the axe, take a picture of yourself with the axe, and then you make arrangements to pick up your treasure. So each treasure hunt has a different treasure associated with it.
I did not know this type of thing existed.
Yes.
We might be going on a treasure hunt, Walter.
You know what?
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool because you said it stemmed from like COVID time, so
yes.
It was somebody who put something together that made it.
There's a treasurer in Macomb County who closed his store during COVID.
Okay.
And then decided this is what he wanted to do with the remaining merchandise.
Okay.
And he and his wife are a lot of fun. So there are a handful of Clawson residents who are in the same group, and we do this together. Sometimes we band together and
there you go.
Try and put our heads together, but the riddles have gotten tougher as the years have gone by. Tougher as in
more challenging, or the people who are putting them out are losing their minds and making undecipherable? All right, so we'll just end it at that. It might be that way. Okay. So, wow. So, what's funny is I thought I knew everything about this community, but there's a literal treasure hunt gang in Clawson.
Yes.
That's impressive. I'll have to.
Just like we have a Star Wars group in Clawson.
We do have a Star Wars group in Clawson.
Wait,
yes.
what?
We have we have a section of the 501st Legion that is
Garrison.
the garrison that is in.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Walter just found some new friends. All right. So, I mean, that is it on my questions. Walter, do you have any more that you want to ask Penny?
Oh, I can't think of any. All right, I got one. I got one final one.
I knew he'd have one final one.
What is, as county commissioner, what would be your goals that you would want to accomplish within these next few years?
So, to my pleasant surprise, county commissioner is not simply housekeeping or maintaining a good budget, although we have a AAA bond rating, and that's always important. Your top three priorities
Very
are,
important.
public safety, budget, and health. We've also managed to provide additional services and supports. We increased transportation. We have a program called Savvy, which addresses student college debt that will reduce the debt. We have a medical debt elimination program for people who have high amounts of bills to the hospitals, where we can negotiate with the hospitals. We do veterans fairs. We have senior fairs. We've invested more in housing that is affordable for people. So in these housing units are people who are going to pay your average rent, and people who will also be able to have subsidized rent. So it's pulling different levels of people together to support each other also.
Nice. So that's a lot of community focus and a lot of things that are brought to broaden the communities of Oakland County and the ones that you serve. That's a beautiful thing. I think that's very important. So this wraps up our wonderful episode with our Oakland County Commissioner Penny Luebs, Clawson Youth Assistants Penny Luebs, Chamber Board Member Penny Luebs, and Treasure Hunter Penny Luebs, which I learned something new every day, which is amazing. So this is our second episode of Growing Clawson Podcast, powered by Hooper Marketing. Shout out Walter for being such a wonderful producer.
Appreciate you.
I'm very happy that you are here to help me through this, and it is something that we're looking forward to. So if it's something that interests you in the future, we're going to be having a sign out going up. We're going to get, like I said, probably 2 a month. Maybe if Walter's feeling spicy, a third one. But we're going to continue to work on this, and we're going to continue to grow. So if you ever see an episode and you're like, hey, I've got a great question for somebody, please send those my way. You can always reach out to me at Alec at clawsonchamber.org or 248-435-6500. Those are our lines for the Clawson Chamber. We have a lot of great opportunities coming up. And thank you, Penny, for sitting with me, listening to me, dealing with me. Always amazing. And sorry again for not warning you that there is cameras involved with this. But I think you look fantastic, so that should not be an issue. Walter has to put a considerable amount of AI into my look when he edits the podcast, so don't even worry about it. You know,
you're beautiful.
He's got to trim out all the monstrous features I have. But that is it for our Growing Clawson podcast, the Clawson Chamber of Commerce, and powered by Hooper Marketing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.